This week, we roll into South Roxanna for a little fun and games at an old school arcade with a new school feel. $1,000,000 question. What do you do when your collection of pinball machines grows too large to store in your home? Well, if you're anything like pinball enthusiast Charles Sanderson, you found CP Pinball to share your collection with the world. How you doing, Chuck?
Very well, you, sir.
I'm doing real well now because I see some pinball machines that I gotta tell you, kind of takes me back to my youth a little bit.
That's the whole point. When you get to be 50, you get to do all the hobbies you wanted to do when you were 13, so here we are.
Do you remember the first time you ever played a pinball machine?
1973. I remember combing the neighborhood for returnable bottles for a nickel apiece, taking them to the local quick shop and getting my 25 cents or 50 cents, buying a candy bar full size for a dime, a slushie for a dime, and I had a quarter left over for pinball. It was 2 plays for a quarter, and I wasn't any good.
Well, how did you start all of this?
I bought one pinball machine in 2001. It's like Doritos, you can't have just one. So 1 begot 2, 2 begot 10, 10 begot 160. I really didn't get into this to make money. I gave it into it to have a place to store my pinball machines.
How many you have in here?
I have 80 in this location in 3 buildings. You're in building 1, which is 1,000 square foot. If we take you to building 2, there's an equal amount of machines there, and there's building 3. But we're gonna solve that problem in 3 to 4 months. We'll be moving into our new location in Wood River. We bought an old VFW hall. It's 8,000 square foot, so we'll have room for all 160 games.
You gonna show me a couple tricks?
Sure. Why don't we head on down the line here?
All right.
And show you some games.
You got it.
We're gonna play a 2-player game. I'm gonna get you started here.
Okay.
So we just hit that button twice. You're gonna be first player, I'm gonna be second player. And plunge that ball, get both hands on the flippers, and get ready to go.
How physical do people get with the machine?
Pretty physical. But they are pieces of commercial equipment. They can handle it.
It's funny, when I drive by, I guess I'm thinking pinball, but I don't exactly see pinball. Sort of understated outside.
Pinball's kind of a destination spot. People that seek out pinball can find it. I've had people from China here. I've had people from Australia here. I've had people from Norway, all over the world. Well, you're in town. You're here working for Boeing, or you're here working for IBM, and you have a night to kill, and you go ahead and look on the computer for fun things to do in St. Louis, and you find this pinball place. Next thing you know, it's a $60 Uber ride over here from St. Louis. Guy gets out of his car and he's just amazed, and you see him every time he comes back into town. Keep in mind, there's over $1 million worth of pinball machines in here. We charge $10 an hour, all the games are free. It's more of a destination. It's all about control. So while you were playing, every time the ball came, you were flipping it.
Right, every time. Because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. Passing it, you're fancy.
From lane to lane.
Look at that. It's like you're juggling that thing.
Yep. And when the balls get to the corners of the outfields out here, you have to be pretty aggressive and be able to shake the machine back and forth. Now, of course, if you get too aggressive, you'll get a danger warning.
He talks to you a little bit.
Pinball from 1960 or 1970 was pretty basic. 3 pop bumpers, a spinner, and a couple flippers. The thought was to keep the ball alive as long as possible and build points. These new games now have rule sets that would just blow your mind. The lights and the interactivity that you get between the player and the pinball machine are just miles above what it was just even 5 years ago. For me to play a pinball machine and complete it that was built in 1980 would take about 10 minutes. Today's pinball machines, to play it and complete it, would take over an hour and 45 minutes. The new designers who have gotten into the field lately, their pinball thought has just transcended the old pinball field. This game here, just to learn this game alone, I have to go online and print out the rule sets just so I can keep track what I'm supposed to be hitting to get extra rewards. So this game is going to be at the state championship, so I wanted to be sure that I'm versed on exactly how to do it. Now it's actually about 10 pages, but I've already memorized the other 9 pages. This is the only page I haven't learned. So I keep it handy, so when I'm practicing, I can keep it here.
Wow. So you are ranked nationally, and you also run leagues.
Do about 3 leagues a year, pick out 16 machines per league. It allows you to get better at the machines, learn the rules of the machines, and at the end of the 10 weeks, we'll have a playoff. These are all sanctioned by the IFTA. To win the league, you can get about 13 to 16 points, and that adds to your total and adds to your ranking.
Are there some home pinball advantage somewhere?
You would think that I would have some advantage, but no, there really isn't. I mean, pinball, knowing the rules is great, and knowing some skills is great, but it's still pinball. It's gravity, it's a steel ball in a wood play field with rubbers. Bad things happen to good people. What's really good about this is the pinball community. The people who play pinball are some of the nicest people I've ever run through my life. I can't tell you I've ever met a bad person.
Wow.
Yeah, they are all super nice people. We all have something in common.
What does this place mean to this community here?
First week of January, we had our 100-man tournament, so we had 100 people show up. We played from 10 o'clock till 10 o'clock at night. Just a blast. Everybody brings a dish. We have fun, and we just play pinball all day long. And even the losers have fun, because when they get done, there are 80 pinball machines here to play. Some of them stay and watch to try to critique and try to learn some stuff for their game. No, it's just a great group. Go ahead and put your finger on here. Got it?
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna use this flipper and show you. So if you have the ball up, what you wanna do is, real quick, and you wanna slap that ball against this rubber to send it over to here.
Have you had guys come in here and say, Chuck, I want that.
Oh, sure.
Will you sell it to me?
All the time.
I bet.
There's always some big shot with lots of money, but these aren't for sale. This is my collection, that's what I do. I think there are plenty of avenues to get a pinball machine. Mine are mine, and if you want something, I can usually help you find something. I see people drive 15, 20 hours to go get a pinball machine they want. A good pinball machine used to be $2,500. Average price on a new pinball machine is now $8,000. This is one of the most highly desired games, it's a Medieval Madness. This game sold for $4,500 brand new in 1997. You couldn't touch one for under $12,000. This one's been all refurbished. We've powder coated everything. We replaced the playfield, we replaced the ramps, replaced the plastics. Everything underneath here has been rebuilt. It's like restoring an old car.
People just are laying for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people have found different things to do with their money. Why would you go to a Blues game every week and buy season tickets when every game is on TV? I mean, things have just changed. People are finding fun things at home to do. If you can get your 16-year-old to bring his friends over on the weekend to hang out at your house, that says something. Really, one of the most enriching things that I see here is an 18-year-old boy hanging out with his 55-year-old father on a Friday night.
Nothing like it. That's what this place does.